Let me give you some background. So right before this, we have just finished the 2 minute takes, and when we was about to move on to a new topic, Apollo brought up a good point, and we decided to have an impromptu discussion, and it was really good. So here you go.
Okay.
Reggie Jackson is about to sign with the Nuggets.
I mean, I don't know how he would do that. I would have went to the Lakers.
You're crazy. The Nuggets, number 1 seed, and they're
honestly, Reggie should have if you want to look at it, Reggie should have went to the Suns as a backup for CP3. That would be really good.
That would, yeah.
That would be really. You gotta admit that would be really good, especially coming off the bench when CP3 is not acting up. Putting Reggie Jackson behind him, but go ahead.
Can we hold on? Can we talk about that trade though? Because in my opinion, if I'm being honest, I'm being very dead ass right now. The Suns right now is the weakest team that KD has been around with, and that's not a bad thing though. Can we talk about that? This is the weakest team Kevin Durant has had in his career.
In his career,
but that's not a bad thing though. That's not a bad thing though. Think about that.
A team could be better. It could be better.
Where you define the weakest?
It's just his
overall.
Yeah, when we talk about LeBron James' career, his time as a rookie on the Cleveland Cavaliers was his weakest team. He had nobody, right? Not even Kyrie. He had nobody, right? And still took him to the playoffs, right? That's what I mean by weakest, right? It was just player-wise.
I wouldn't say weakest.
He got
or Kevin Durant.
He probably don't have a superstar like he's accustomed to, but I wouldn't say weakest because he has a lot of good supporting pieces.
Name the teams. Name the teams
that was worse.
Yeah, the KD's team he's on the Suns, right?
Honestly, I would say
because mind you, Suns don't have Cam Johnson nor Mikal Bridges no more. And Jay Crowder. They don't have none of them role players.
That does hurt.
They don't have none of them. All they have is Josh Okogie.
Honestly, I'll probably I'll probably say the Thunder team without Harden. Without Harden.
Westbrook, James Harden.
I said without Harden.
When did they go?
I agree with that.
With the one team.
But I'm saying
the reason why I wouldn't say that is because I'm pretty sure that those were Russell Westbrook MVP seasons.
That's what I'm saying. You can't really think about it.
But think about it. They have deep. They should deep book, of course. They have CP3. Even if CP3 is not responsible. Even if CP3 is not responsible for that many points, he can facilitate the offense regardless of
how he is. They got DeAndre Ayton.
And they had DeAndre Ayton.
But he decides to play every other game.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying though. What else after that? You could stack that up against every other team he's played with.
You could say the same thing for the Nets team they had when they had Kyrie, James Harden, and then him. After it was those three, it was.
But they also had Seth Curry that could drop 20 points. Joe Harris was still available, so he was still shooting. They still had role players.
Seth Curry. They got Seth Curry from the James Harden trade, if you remember.
He did.
They didn't have Seth Curry. Joe Harris. So it was an insane drop off.
We can look at it.
And Kyrie didn't play. Honestly, if you were to ask me, I think it was him and James Harden when James Harden was still coming off that left hamstring injury and he was playing like shit.
But I'm talking about overall. But I'm talking about overall. We're talking about overall because at this point, CP3 or Devin Booker could get injured because they are injury prone. And KD still has to come back.
Theoretically, though, that was the entire season. He didn't play without. He played without Kyrie that entire.
But
season.
We're talking about
and it was just him and.
We're talking about the makeup though. We're talking about the whole.
Let's talk about on paper who was.
Yeah, on paper, the whole situation.
That's unfair because Kyrie literally did not play.
But the Suns haven't played yet. That's why we can say that because they haven't played a game together.
So because you haven't seen all of that play out, you are suspecting that it's not going to work because you haven't seen them play yet.
Yeah, we really don't know, and we can be honest. We really don't know as a collective what would happen with James Harden, Kyrie, and KD all on the floor for at least 30 to 40 games. We haven't seen that, and we never will probably.
I mean, yeah, we haven't seen that for.
But remember when they did, they were on winning streaks for those. I think it was 12 games. I think they went 10-2, 9-3.
Nah, they virtually never lost when all three was playing.
That's what I'm saying, though. So on paper,
honestly, when I see.
So you're saying that KD doesn't really he's not on a really good team like he usually is. Basically.
I'm just saying KD is still all the other teams. I've seen he could really switch off number one status, number one guy.
He just
but
that
on
superstar.
The Suns right now, he is that guy.
He is. I mean, he just have superstars.
I mean, you have Devin Booker. Don't get me wrong. You have Devin Booker. You have Devin Booker, but that's not. But you KD. That's KD's team now. It's not Devin. It's Devin Booker is a rising star.
I mean,
I'll agree with that. It is
no. KD's team now.
He is an undoubtedly. He's undoubtedly.
That's KD's team now.
He's undoubtedly bus driver on this team.
No, thank you, bus driver. He's driving the bus now. That's it.
What I'm trying to tell you is KD is the best person on the team, but it's not his team. Same thing like how KD was the best player on the Warriors, but it wasn't his team. It was Steph Curry's team. I still think
the team.
But if they want any resemblance of this was working, they have to stick to the script and keep this as Chris Paul's team because he's the best.
But you know damn well it's not CP's team.
Especially
when CP came, it was Devin Booker's team.
You're basically off of talent. I understand though. CP says it's Devin Booker's team because it's just getting his confidence up. But we know basketball. We know CP3. CP3 is the leader on that team. He is what? He's the glue that's going to.
Just because it's his first ring, they're going to say that.
If CP3 is not on the court, and Devin Booker and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker is on the court, they'll probably lose more games, way more games than if it was just CP3 and Kevin Durant or CP3 and D-Book. Like he's the leader on that team.
That's not fair because Devin Booker has been and has shown to pass the ball when CP's not there. It has been a certified passer.
Three is different. I mean,
no, but
passers of all
right,
time.
but just because he's the leader, that doesn't mean that's his team. He can you can be the leader and not be your team.
You know,
when CP3 comes to the Phoenix Suns, he's coming to help Devin. Devin's not asking for the help. He's coming to help Devin Booker because that's Devin Booker's team.
The team Kevin Durant's team is going to hit. He doesn't want it to be his team. He's made it known multiple times. He is not
D-Book?
But Christian, that's almost like saying when LeBron went to the Heat, you're saying that it was Dwayne Wade's team, but let's be real, it was LeBron's team.
Thank you. LeBron went to go with D Wade, but it turned into LeBron's team, and D Wade is there.
It was LeBron's team.
But see, it used to be D Wade's team.
LeBron was a leader.
I don't know.
No, he wasn't a leader before that.
Not for Miami. He was trying to learn.
Yeah, now
he was trying to learn in Miami.
The first year,
Wade say
he caught a little boo-boo cramp to the Mavs. What I'm trying to tell you is, after that year, he started to lead. Kevin Durant has always made it known. He's 30-something. He's always made it known that he does not want to lead. He's like, I'm not a leader. I just like the ball. Who is the leader on that team? Not only is Chris Paul the leader, but like he's an amazing player. But the thing about it, I'm not saying what I'm trying to make it known is just because Kevin Durant is the best player doesn't mean it's his team. He was the best player on the Warriors, but we never considered it his team. He was the best player on the Warriors, but we never considered his team.
Okay, I agree with that. All I'm saying is when LeBron went to the Heat, LeBron literally said, like in the conversation, if you I forgot where they said that, but LeBron was saying that when he came to the Heat, he wasn't trying to take the team from Wade because it was Wade's team. However, when after that first year, Wade was like, hey, LeBron, this is your team, and I need you to step up because this is your team. And then after that, they got their stuff together and they won the championship the next year against the Thunder.
And at the same time, too, even on the Nets, after it all came push to shove, and when it got closer, everyone said to KD, you're the best player. This is your team. Carry your team and lead your team to the promised land. Since you're the best player, you automatically are a certified leader. It doesn't matter if CP3 is the floor general. That makes sense. Yeah, he on the floor, he's the floor general. But when it comes to we need buckets, we need to lead.
Talent makes you the face of the team then, basically. So, yeah.
I don't think that's the case. I never thought that was the case.
When everyone comes to ask,
I mean,
I'm not saying it's always the case, but I'm just saying for right now, on the Suns, KD coming to the team, this is just KD's team for right now.
I don't think that's the case. You said
but look, if KD goes, he's gonna go off. If he's going off, then I mean, he deserves it. I understand what you're saying, though, because it's CP3.
He just got there in January.
I know, but
it's not like for the sake. What I'm trying to say is for the sake of continuity. If any of the players go in and say, KD, this is your team, they will fail. For the sake of continuity, it either has to stay CP3's team or even Devin Booker's team, but it cannot be KD's team. It cannot. They will fail.
Wait, why? Oh hell, when it's Devin Booker's team, when Devin Booker was the main star, though. That's what I'm saying.
Devin Booker was the main star, but I still believe it was Chris Paul's team because they didn't succeed. Once Chris Paul got injured, they went down the fucking shitter.
because they centered around him because he was the best point guard and they had no other point guard.
He's the glue. He does more than just point guard. What you call it? What's Cam Thomas? Well, not Cam Thomas. What's campaign? He was a great backup point guard. But CP3 does a lot more than just being a point guard. He's literally the glue. He does all the little things that people don't want to do. And he's the loudest voice in the locker room. He's one that gets everyone riled up. He's one that pulled the best performance you ever seen at DeAndre Ayton. Like that's what leaders do, which is okay. Maybe not being a leader is an insult, but like there's a difference between being a leader and the best player. There's a difference between being a certified bucket and a leader. Like whatchamacallit?
Like how Melo was the face of the Knicks.
Who has the record for the most?
He was still a leader, bro. He was still the leader on that team.
That was undoubtedly. It was definitely Carmelo in that team.
Mm-hmm.
Karl Malone is the third best scorer of all time.
Okay.
He's the fourth now, right?
Yeah. I'll look it up, but go ahead.
LeBron, so he's like the third or the fourth best scorer of all time, right? And I think he's the third because he was the second after Kareem. He's the third best scorer of all time, right? Amazing talent. That was John Stockton's team.
Ready, go!
No.
No.
John
Stockton helped Carmelo.
No.
Bro, because you have to think, but Mike, you have to think about it, bro. You have to think about it like this. And this is just the essence of basketball. You have to think about it like this. When you ask for a bucket and when you need somebody, you need someone to lead you to the promised land. That is your goal. It's Karl Malone. Like, yeah, John Stockton was the best point guard of all time. Arguably could be the best point guard of all time, best assist man of all time. But you don't get assists without somebody else. You need that guy. You need that man. You need Karl Malone, bro. That's Karl Malone's team. Niggas weren't afraid of John Stockton. John Stockton scored 10 points. They weren't afraid of John Stockton. John Stockton could go off. But you need Karl Malone. That's what you were afraid of. That's who's leading the team. If Karl Malone's off, the team's off.
He tried to sit here and tell me that was John Stockton's team. What in tarnation?
Bro, I'm not doing this, bro. But you have to but think about it. Like it's always, but for every team, for every makeup of a lot, for most teams, if not all teams, I know some teams are a little different depending on the score, but the top scorer of a team 9 times out of 10 is the leader of that team, regardless. For instance, even for Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, both of them had a shot of being the leader, the main guy, the franchise player on that team. What just happened? In the playoffs, Jason Tatum just did a little bit more. Now everyone put the responsibility on Jason Tatum. Why? Because you're the main scorer. You have to do more. You get the ball the most. You have to move it around. KD coming to the Suns, yes, they have Chris Paul. Yes, they have Devin Booker. Yes, they have DeAndre Ayton. But out of those 4 people, if you're giving the ball left to lead, if you need a leading scorer, who are you going on? KD.
Come on.
You're going on the best shooter.
DeAndre Ayton been cooking.
Stop it, bro. DeAndre Ayton needs Chris Paul, bro. You need to remember that. He needs Chris Paul.
The last shot doesn't mean he's a leader. Just because
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you lead.
Bro. That guy on the Warriors, they all knew he wasn't the leader. It was Steph Curry's team through thick and thin. Nothing forms, nothing works unless Steph Curry's on his A game. It's the same thing with Chris Paul.
But they said that after.
Devin Booker can drop 40.
Said that after his reign.
Durant should drop 40, and they could still lose. If CP3 goes 2 for 12 and has 3 assists and 2 steals, they will lose.
But I'm saying on paper. We're talking about the weakest team. On paper, the Suns right now, if you look at their roster compared to most of the rosters KD has been on paper, this might be the weakest team he's been on. That's not a bad thing though, because KD has been on fantastic teams. Fantastic teams on paper. All have been fantastic teams on paper.
That's true.
You want to listen to more basketball content? Look up here.
We got everything you need right here. You feel me? We got anime. We got basketball. We got. Did we stock up on the wall stuff? Hey, listen, we got it all. You feel me? Click right under this jacket. We gonna get you what you need. Ha ha!